back to Cujo06241's Vic-A-Thon. I am your host, Justin Crumley, aka Cujo06241 if you prefer. And today we're going to talk about two movies, Fun Size and The First Time. I want to get The First Time out of the way first because it's going to be a lot shorter because Victoria Justice is not really in too much of the movie. The First Time is basically an independent film. It's like this sappy little love story about this guy who meets this girl at a party. He's originally crushing on Victoria's character, Jane, something. I forgot her last name, but her first name is Jane. That's really all that's important. He basically meets this other girl and kind of talks with her. She's kind of a straightforward, smart ass. Then I kind of like her. Basically, he follows her home because like the cops get called at this party that they're at, and he sees Victoria's character with this asshole guy, and I gotta say that is something I think every guy can relate to: crushing on a girl, and she's dating some fuckface, and it just kind of crushes you. I've been there before. Trust me, it's happened, man. So he follows this girl home, and, they kind of talk and talk, and despite the fact that she has a boyfriend, she tells him to sleep with her. I don't know why this is. I honestly have no idea why she would do that. That is not a very trustworthy girl if, she's sleeping with other guys. But she kicks him out of the house the next morning, and it basically becomes this developing love story between these two. I mean, he still has feelings for Jane, but you can tell he's sort of interested in this other girl. When you see Jane again, it's they're all at a movie theater with this other girl, this guy, and they're all sitting together watching this movie. Jane, I gotta say, Victoria Justice did a great job in this movie, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge fan of hers. She played a character that was kind of, I would say, delusional, a little blind, and she's really punkish in this movie. She also drinks and gets a little tipsy. It's actually kind of funny. This is also the first time, the first time. This is also the first time that I personally ever heard her cuss. She says shit. She mentions, guys and their tiny penises, and yeah, I'm not really gonna get too much into that, but and she kind of flies off the hook. This was a very different character, besides Tori Vega or her character in Fun Size, Ren. And I thought that was cool. Even though she's only in the movie for about 5 minutes, you just can't take your eye off of her. She's funny, she's witty, and like I said, she's a little delusional. I will say this, the funniest scene I saw her in was when she was, talking to the main character. She's a little drunk, she's a little tipsy, and it was just hilarious to see it, first of all. But the dialogue between the two characters, this is why I say she's a bit delusional. She's like, I'm so done with assholes, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I've heard that before. Like, you could tell he doesn't really believe her. And, I mean, I've heard girls say that, too. I'm not trying to be offensive here, but I've heard that before. And, whatever. As for the rest of the movie, it's really nothing special. It's a typical kind of, well, I like this other girl, but I also like this girl. It's not really a love triangle. It's a movie that you don't know if you truly love it or if you truly hate it. That's really the best I can say about it. I'm gonna give The First Time a C plus. It's okay, but I'm not really gonna say, oh, you gotta go see it. You gotta see it. It's a great movie. It's just okay. Now we're going to talk about Fun Size. Yes, I own Fun Size on DVD. This movie really didn't get good reception from critics. Its Rotten Tomatoes score is not very good, but as Jeremy Johns once said, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't mean shit. Fun Size is about a girl named Ren who's a bit of an overachiever. She's very intelligent, very smart, and she lives with her mom and her little brother Albert, who hasn't said one word since their dad died. You know what I just noticed? In Fun Size and The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, Victoria Justice plays a girl that basically has to fill in the void left by a missing parent. Uh, Only in The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, her mom dies and her dad is responsible. In Fun Size, her dad dies and her mother's a bit of a junkie. Her mom's played by Chelsea Handler, who's pretty funny and not a very good mother in that movie. Albert's like he's pretty funny. He hasn't spoken since his dad died, and to me that's a little surreal. I didn't like that aspect. I think it was just an excuse not to give the kid, the actor, Jackson Nickel, any lines to remember. I don't know. Basically, Ren gets invited to this party by like the most popular guy in school. The reason being is really funny. I'm not gonna spoil why, but trust me, it's actually kind of funny. Um, but her mom drops the ball on her and says that she has to take Albert out trick or treating. So her and her friend take Albert out trick or treating, and they lose Albert during the trick or treating, and the movie turns into this big hunt for Albert. It's kind of like that movie Adventures in Babysitting, only I haven't seen Adventures in Babysitting. The only reason I know that is because everybody compares the movie to Adventures in Babysitting, and I did read the plot synopsis to Adventures in Babysitting, so there you go. The movie's plagued with really immature jokes, and there's a certain aspect with a character named Fuzzy. It's a little uncomfortable, but I gotta say, Fuzzy is probably my favorite character in the movie because he's really funny, and a lot of funny shit happens with him. But like I said, it is a little awkward what his character does with Albert. It not sexual or anything. It doesn't get weird like that, but if you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Also, Johnny Knoxville's in the movie. He plays this arrogant asshole. There's a really emotional scene at the end. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but it puts a smile on your face. It really does. It's a good time. Fun Size. It's like I said. It's full of immature jokes. I can see why people really didn't like the movie, but I bought it on DVD. I will buy it on Blu-ray when I'm able to start getting Blu-rays. Uh, I would say just go check it out. Give it a watch. It's a good movie. I'm gonna give it a B minus. You know, there were some flaws. It's a little immature at times, but it's a funny movie. I thought it was funny. A little immature, but yeah, it is what it is. It's a Nickelodeon movie, so there's only so much they can do. This concludes part 5 of Vic-A-Thon. Stay tuned for part 6. That is the big finale. Hit me up on Twitter at Cujo06241. If you want to talk movies, video games, sports, anything, I'm a very sociable guy. If you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button. And as always, have a great day. Thank you for watching. This is Cujo06241, signing out.